Hey guys, it's Kevin from Solopreneur. I wanted to make a quick video about a topic I find to be just not talked about enough, and that is setting the right expectations when starting a business. Now, whether that's an online business, a more traditional business, whatever it is, I find in today's get rich quick, instant gratification culture, people just don't have the right expectations. And when you don't set the right expectations, you become very unhappy and you become demotivated. You feel like you're a failure and just not done it right. So I'll jump right into it. What I'm talking about here is when you start a new business, you cannot expect to make, X $1,000 in 30 days. You probably saw a stupid ad by some bozo talking about their course before you even saw this video. Now, it seems like there's a dime a dozen of these guys telling you the 3-step process, the magic trick, they got wizards, whatever the stupid thing they're saying is, it's not true. Okay, Jimmy, look at this. Jimmy made 40 grand in just 45 days. Not true. And even if Jimmy did make 45 grand in 40 days, Jimmy's one of maybe 1,000 or more of this guy or girl or whatever's students, or they're just a made up case. Like, the reality is, guys, there's always an exception to the rule, but you cannot bank on being the exception. That's like making your plan, like your life financial plan is to win the lottery. You could see how stupid that is, right? I'm not trying to be harsh here, guys, but I want to make you happier. And what I'm saying here is you have to set the right expectations. When you start a new project, a new business, especially if you don't have experience doing something like this before, then your metrics and your goals for success shouldn't be reaching X $1,000 in the start. Your goal should be a metric and an outcome you can control. So, for example, let's say you're starting a blog. The metric of success should be start the blog, brand the blog. I want to make 10 posts in 30 days. Now, those are things you should hold yourself accountable to. But for you to set the expectation, I want to be making 5 grand at the end of 30 days when I just started my blog, that's a very unhealthy expectation, and you shouldn't do that to yourself. Again, you should set goals, but the goals should be reasonable and they should be more about your progress. And I think the one thing that gets lost often is that success is non-linear. So what that means is that oftentimes, more often than not, you're doing a lot of activity with very little to no monetary or final outcome results. And then all of a sudden, seemingly, it all comes together and you have a breakthrough. Now, that breakthrough didn't happen because you just got lucky one day. It's because your subconscious mind is learning. You're getting better. Like, let's say, for example, you're blogging or you have a YouTube channel. Very simple example I'm giving you guys. Every time you make a new video, you're getting better. You're learning about things you could do better. Your delivery's better. Everything is better, right? Whether, let's say you're playing music, whatever it is, you get better. And then maybe it takes you 100 YouTube videos, 100 live performances, whatever your business is, right? You're practicing in the video game you're playing and streaming, or you're selling e-commerce items online, and you're learning every time you try a different item, what works, what doesn't, how to market it. So you're learning, guys. So the metric should be to learn, especially when you're starting out a business. It's not an overnight thing, but the good thing is your learnings compound. Right? You've set up a website once, whether it's Wix or WordPress or whatever it is. Now you have that knowledge. You're making posts in your social. You're sharing that. You're doing ads. All of these things you're doing potentially for the first time. And those are learnings that are growing with you. So you have to imagine, let me ask you this question. If you were to run whatever business you're doing right now or thinking about doing, if you started today, ask yourself, 2 years from now, would you be more capable and skilled today or 2 years from now? Obviously 2 years from now. So guys, that's what I want to impart with you guys, is that it's not an overnight get rich type endeavor with a lot of these online businesses we can start. It's systematic, consistent effort. It's like going to the gym, guys. Like, you don't do 10 push-ups one day and get ripped. It doesn't work like that. What does work is systematically dieting and exercising, and learning about dieting and exercising and improving those, testing, experimenting, and finding out what works. And over time, maybe one day you take your shirt off and you're like, damn, oh wow, I can see some abs. But that didn't happen because yesterday you did, 5 pull-ups, and today that was the magic trick, the 5 pull-ups. No, it was probably the 6 to 12 months of work you did before that compounded, and finally you reached a point of separation where you can see that, right? You cross the chasm. There's a book about that. I won't get into it, but anyways, guys, a bit of a rant, but I just want to say, be kind to yourself. Don't set stupid expectations. Don't look at a YouTuber or someone who's already making $50,000 a day, $100,000 a day, whatever they're saying in their videos, and compare yourself to that, to say that that is your milestone. It does not make sense. You need to set goals that you can achieve, hold yourself accountable to those milestones, and the results will come, right? The results will come. So focus on the process, focus on the tasks, focus on the things that'll take you to the end goal, and then the results will come. I'll leave you with this final thought. There's a book called Atomic Habits. Great book, by the way. Check it out if you guys want. Atomic Habits. And one of the principles in the book is about how setting goals isn't the thing that gets you where you need to go. It's creating systems. So basically, everyone who enters the Olympics, they have the goal of winning the Olympics, right? They have the goal of winning a gold medal. So clearly, setting a goal isn't the thing that makes you successful. It's the people who practice day in, day out, and do the work and do the systems, and they have the right training regimen and everything that gets you ultimately to that gold medal. I mean, aside from natural talent and all of that stuff, but I'm talking about the things you can control. So that's it, guys. Don't worry so much about the end result. Yes, you should be watching your earnings, and you need to know if your business is viable and all of that, but especially in the start, like, focus on learning, focus on doing tasks and milestones in your business you can achieve, and then the success will come. If you have a diligent effort to get better, to do better, success will come. All right, guys, that was just it. Sometimes I even find myself, when I start a new business, I find myself putting, these unnecessary, unrealistic pressures on myself, even basing it off the earnings I've made on other businesses where I've done very well. So all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I was able to do that with that business. Why can't I, I should have the same timeline or whatever it is. Again, even me having been doing this for over 10 years, still makes those same human errors. So guys, I was thinking about it myself, so I wanted to make this video for you guys, just to say, be kind to yourself, set the right expectations, do the work, and the success will come. All right, guys, we'll see you in the next one. Take care.